Eastwood with the fresh cut. Hide your wife. Hide your girl. Hide your wife. Ooh. 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 Stop it. Running Back Nation, what is good? It is your boy DJ Eastwood, Running Back Philly. No frauds, no fanboys, no intros. Listen, here's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about how the Philadelphia 76ers, I didn't think I would be saying this a month ago, how the Philadelphia 76ers can not only make the playoffs, but how they can avoid the play-in tournament. Exactly how many wins and losses they would need to go the rest of the way and the things that they would need to happen to get to a point where they can avoid the play-in tournament and get in the playoffs at the 6th seed, avoiding a brutal first-round matchup against either the Boston Celtics or the Cleveland Cavaliers, at least the way the standings are right now. We're going to talk about all the math involved in that and all of the things that need to happen for them to be able to do that. And then, second part of this video, I have a take on a potential Herb Jones trade. Stay tuned to the end of the video for that. But first, this is brought to you by our friends at BetUS. Right now, you can get 150% deposit bonus on your first deposit, 125% on your next two, up to $2,000 by using promo code YouTube150 on BetUS. I want to show you their custom prop builder. Check this out. You build your own parlays from top to bottom. You go NBA, NFL, whatever you want to do. You can choose the player, Steph Curry. You can choose 3-point field goals made. You can choose the exact amount of 3-point field goals you want to bet on. And you can build out your entire parlay from top to bottom. All the details, it's all created by you. All on BetUS Custom Prop Builder. Again, get 125% off. Get 150% off your first deposit using promo code YouTube150. Thank you to BetUS for sponsoring the channel. Let's get down to business. Let's look at the standings and talk about what needs to happen here, okay? Because the 76ers finally got all three players on the floor last game. Yes, it was the Chicago Bulls. It helps to play the worst defense in the league. It helps to play a team that doesn't seem like they ever really care about winning at all. But it showed potential. And I do know that if Joel Embiid is at least what he was against the Chicago Bulls, and Paul George stops hyperextending his knee, and they start building chemistry, and Tyrese Maxey starts to feel comfortable again, and they figure out how to use Jared McCain the way that he should be used, they can compete with anybody, especially if they make some trades at the deadline. But I feel good about this team if they have everyone healthy. So here's what needs to happen, okay? The Milwaukee Bucks, as you can see, are the 6th seed currently. And all of this could change with teams going on a 5-game win streak, a 5-game lose streak, whatever. So it's all in theory. So don't take it, entirely literal. It's just an idea. It's just to give you an idea of what the 76ers would have to do to have the chance to get in the playoffs without playing in the play-in tournament. So the only way to really do that, I thought, if you think something different, let me know in the comments, was to go with the Milwaukee Bucks at the 6th seed and look at their win percentage at .542, because they started the season like 2-7. It was terrible. They brought it back to 13-11. So overall, they are a .542 win percentage. And if they stay at that percentage, highs and lows, ups and downs, but if they stay right around that .54 win percentage, they would finish the season at about 43-37. Which would mean the 76ers at 7-15. You see them down there behind the Detroit Pistons, which is sad. The Philadelphia 76ers at 7-15 would then have to go 38-22 the rest of the season to have a 43-37 record. So it's all potentials and hypotheticals, but basically the 76ers have to go 38-22 the rest of the way to have a chance at escaping the NBA play-in tournament. Let me know what you think about that. Let me know if you think that's possible. 38-22. They can start that with these next 5 games. These next 5 games may absolutely make or break the Philadelphia 76ers season. These next 5 games will tell us probably everything We need to know about this team's chances to either get in the playoffs or call it a season. You know, Indiana, Charlotte, Cleveland, San Antonio. And I mean that this is going to show us whether they can make a run or call it a season, because we're going to find out in the next 5 games if Joel Embiid is for real for the rest of the season, or if he just played a game against the Chicago Bulls and now he's going to have more knee swelling and he's going to sit out another month and a half. We don't know yet. But in the next 5 games, we're going to find out. And that's the number one. I mean, that's obviously the number one. If you have Joel Embiid at 75 or 80%, there's a chance. If you don't have him, there's no chance. So that's it. So these next 5 games, we're going to find out, I think, if we have him or if we don't. Indiana, Charlotte, Cleveland, San Antonio. Also this. Joel said, he's probably never going to play a back-to-back again in his career. Him and Paul George have been sitting out back-to-backs so far this season. How many back-to-backs are left? I should have counted that, but we can count them right now. Let's see. Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, Tuesday. Here's a Saturday, Sunday back-to-back in January. Tuesday, Friday, Saturday. Here's a Tuesday, Wednesday back-to-back in January. That's 2. Why are my lights flickering? Holy hell. Oh, what did I do? I put it on strobe, bro. Get it out of here. Why is it strobing? Oh, did I fix it? I think it's off. I don't know. I'm not even editing that out, dude. I'm doing the rest of the video with one light. So that's 2 back-to-backs in January, right? Tuesday, Wednesday right there. Friday, Sunday. There's a Tuesday, Wednesday in February. That's 3. There is a another Tuesday, Wednesday in February. That's 4. Thursday, Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday in March. That's 5. Thursday, Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday. There's a Saturday, Sunday at the end of March. That's 6. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. There's 6 back-to-backs remaining on the 76ers schedule. And so if you want to go 38-22 and Joel Embiid and Paul George don't play any back-to-backs, that's going to make that very difficult. So they're going to have to play back-to-backs the rest of the season for this to even be possible. So there's that. Give me all your thoughts, man. Do I think it's going to happen? I struggle with this, man, because I dupe myself all the time with the Philadelphia 76ers. I start to feel good about the team, and then I say unrealistic, stupid shit without predicting disaster. And if you were a betting man, you should always predict disaster on the Philadelphia 76ers. So is it possible? Yes. Do I think it's going to happen? No. That's where I have to be with this team. Is it possible? Yes. Do I think it's going to happen? No. That's my take on it. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. Is it possible? And do you think it's going to happen? The Sixers going 38-22 the rest of the way and avoiding the play-in tournament and getting to the playoffs with a healthy Joel Embiid, Paul George, Tyrese Maxey, Jared McCain, and making a run at this damn thing. You let me know. Now, speaking of making a run, if they would get on a win streak and start turning this thing around, they would be looking at some additions and the trade deadline. And one of the additions that is being talked about is the Pelicans' Herb Jones. Herb Jones and CJ McCollum are receiving interest on the trade market. The Pelicans are currently 5-20 in the last place in the Western Conference. And now Ingram is out indefinitely. Zion Williamson remains indefinitely sidelined with a left hamstring strain, which he's always hurt. He's going to come back 300 pounds and probably not play till next year again. So the Pelicans are cooked. The 3 All-Stars, Ingram, Williamson, and Murray, haven't even played together this season. So teams have already started expressing interest in the Pelicans supporting cast players such as Herb Jones and CJ McCollum. Sixers fans are talking about Herb Jones, and here's why. Herb Jones is a 6'7" wing defender with a 7-foot wingspan who is 26 years old, and he can move laterally incredibly quickly and stay on his man. I mean, he's an incredible defender. He's an incredible defender on the perimeter. He's a damn good defender interiorly. He stays straight up at the rim and blocks shots. He's great at tracking the ball without fouling. He uses his wingspan in all situations. He's a very high IQ lane defender. He disrupts passing lanes and gets deflections. He's like Matisse Thybulle and Robert Covington combined, if you will. He's like Matisse Thybulle, but 2 inches taller and a longer wingspan. He's like Matisse Thybulle with actual basketball skills on the other side of the floor. He shot 40% from 3 last season. He's struggling this year with shooting, but the Pelicans haven't had anyone on the floor to give him any space to shoot. So basically, with space, Herb Jones is the prototypical, absolutely perfect 3-and-D wing defender at only 26 years old. Shout out to my boy Romp for reminding me of his age and letting me know that he also fits the Maxey McCain timeline. So he would also be somebody for the future. So it's not he's a win now guy. Adding him to your team is win now. But he would be a guy for the future also. So there's a lot of reasons people are looking at Herb Jones. And here is a mock trade from our boy Aiden Laporta 69. And you let me know what you think of this mock trade, okay? Sixers receive Herb Jones. Pelicans receive KJ Martin, Eric Gordon, Reggie Jackson, 2026 first round swap, 2026 first round pick, 2028 first round swap, and 4 second round picks. I looked over this a lot, and it's because I thought at first he meant the 2028 unprotected Clippers pick. That is not what he put in there. He put the 76ers first round pick in there, first round swap. The 2026 first round pick is basically a pick swap that happened between Houston or OKC or LA. There's a lot of things going on there, but it's the worst of those 3 teams. 2026 first round swap. Eric Gordon, Reggie Jackson, KJ. This ain't getting it done. Now that I look at it really and think about it, this ain't getting it done. I think I replied to it and said that's way too much, but I was just looking at KJ Martin and a bunch of first round picks. But these aren't even first round picks. These are first round pick swaps. That ain't getting it done. Now, look, I want to say that I love KJ Martin, and I think KJ Martin has incredible potential as a defender. I love him as a defender. I think his defense might be amplified. His defensive ability might be amplified by the Sixers' lack of defensive players in general, especially on the perimeter. Even in the paint, actually. He's been playing center some for the 76ers, so there's that. I love KJ Martin and his potential, but yeah. Herb Jones is 2 inches taller, has a lot longer wingspan, is more of a passing lane disruptor, is a much more versatile, just all-around defender with his length, and can play the offensive side of the ball better than KJ Martin also can. Is a better shooter. A lot of things. But I don't think this is getting it done. I think you would have to throw in, first of all, Eric Gordon and Reggie Jackson. That ain't doing anything. I get that he puts salary filler, but that ain't doing anything. You would have to include probably Kelly Oubre or Caleb Martin in this trade, which I'm fine with that. Trade Caleb Martin before everyone realizes he's broken. That's my real take on the upcoming trade deadline in February. Trade Caleb Martin before the rest of the NBA finds out that he's broken. Because his arm is broken. It doesn't work anymore. He can't shoot. And he won't shoot. They're out here guarding him like Ben Simmons. Anyway, you would have to throw in more than KJ Martin and the couple of fat 35-year-olds. You would have to also throw in some real first-round picks, not just these pick swap bullshit. You would probably have to throw in the 2028 unprotected Clippers pick to make this happen. And that would hurt a lot because the Clippers have no future past the James Harden, Kawhi Leonard era. They have no plan. They pretty much certainly will be at the top of the draft in 2028. So that is a potential number 1 overall pick. It's definitely a potential lottery pick in 2028. But the Sixers have missed on so many picks anyway. You might as well trade it to bring back Herb Jones. And I think that unprotected 2028 Clippers pick could maybe get the Pelicans to say, yeah, we'll take that. Because really, look at this. What in here is getting the Pelicans to say, yeah, we'll take that? Reggie Jackson, Eric Gordon, a bunch of pick swaps? Nah, that ain't happening. You would have to throw in the 2028 unprotected. I said no yesterday, but now I've had time to think about it, and I would probably do that. I still think, though, that the Sixers would still have a couple of issues that would be not addressed. Let me just turn this up since one of my lights died. I still think they need a power forward. And more of a rebounding power forward, more of a defensive rebounding power forward for this roster to be competitive at the top of the conference. And they need a backup point guard who's not named Kyle Lowry. Because Nick Nurse still doesn't seem to have a way to stagger Tyrese Maxey and Jared McCain. So he's still finding a way to play Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry, every time he comes on the court, the other team goes on a run. It's a disaster. He needs to retire. So I think they still need more, really, for me to feel overly confident about this team. My pick at the trade deadline is Dennis Schroeder and Dorian Finney-Smith right now at this point. And I would give up that 2028 Clippers unprotected for if I could pull that off with the Brooklyn Nets. I'll probably have some videos closer to the deadline on like my own mock trades and what I think they should do. But that was just a little thing for fun there. So, shout out to Aiden Laporta for putting the mock trade on Twitter. Shout out to you for tuning in and listening to the show. Once again, thanks for being here. Give me your thoughts on everything. We still get time off until the Sixers play on Friday. This has been a wonderful break. You get eliminated from the play-in tournament. You get a bunch of rest and a bunch of time off. Oh no, don't threaten me with a good time. I really wish we were in the play-in tournament battling the best teams in the league for no reason. Hey man, hope you guys are doing well and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.